Hey Michael,
What's up?
let's go talk about the Tacoma.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Okay. Alright, on today's YouTube video, we're going to talk about the front end conversion and the complete build on what we call the not a third gen Tacoma. So we mentioned in our last video about the Procharger supercharger about this second generation Tacoma that we converted to the front end to a third generation. So today we're going to walk you through the build front to back, explain in depth the parts we put on it and why. So enjoy. So again, yeah, to answer the question, this is not a third gen Tacoma. It's a second gen. This is a 2013 Tacoma that was originally just a white double cab short bed with just 200,000 miles. I think we're at like 199,800, something like that. So let's get right into it. So we've converted the front ends on a lot of vehicles. We did a Secundra build, which was putting a Tundra, second generation Tundra front end on a Sequoia. We've done a 14 plus 4Runner front end on a 13 4Runner, so going from like the OG trail to the 14 plus, the shark face. So this was kind of our latest, and what we did is on the front, we've utilized Mcneil Racing fiberglass fenders, and it's their whole conversion kit. So this is just a standard third generation Tacoma grille, but this is Mcneil Racing hood, Mcneil Racing fenders, and then this lower piece that's kind of that lower piece of the bumper for the headlight. Right there. This is a C4 Fabrication front bumper. This is what's considered their oversized, or for those folks that are doing long travel or something. So this is their 2 or 3 inch plus bumper, but it's a direct bolt on. So I'm going to pop the hood and kind of show you the differences between the two rigs, which is surprisingly not a whole lot. So if you weren't aware, we have another video on YouTube right now that's highlighting the Procharger supercharger. We've done these on a couple other rigs, and go watch that video. It's super cool. Lots of power, lots of fun noises. So surprisingly, on a lot of different Toyota platforms, they share a lot of dimensions. So when we went to convert the front end on this one, the headlights about 80% bolted right in. The grille bolted right in. The front bumper bolted right in. So if you're not aware, the frames from the 2005 all the way to current are really similar. There's very, very, very small differences as far as the second generation to the third generation. Obviously the suspension bolts in, LCAs bolt in, UCAs bolt in, and of course bumpers direct bolt in. So right here where the grille bolted is actually the OEM locations for where the grills bolted in on the second generation Tacoma. The only kind of really major differences that we found, obviously utilizing their kit, was the headlight stays, there's 2 on the headlights for third generations, and on the second generation it bolts into the actual radiator front course right here. On third generations there's a fender stay that they normally bolt onto right there. So that's kind of really the main difference. What we're actually thinking about doing on another vehicle is staking another second generation and utilizing OEM parts, so that we can see as far as a non-conversion, just bolting on OEM parts to OEM, the modifications and changes that we would need to make that work. So we'll probably look at doing that this winter on another customer's rig that inquired on it but didn't want to do the fiberglass fenders, wanted it to look OEM. So stay tuned, we'll be getting that going. But surprisingly, everything else for the most part was direct bolt on. The Mcneil Racing kit they used the molds off of second gens and they basically put the skin on the third gen. So we didn't have to really cut anything, modify anything on the OEM side. It was their kit, direct bolt on. We had to make a couple little small brackets down here to do the grill support so that this piece was nice and solid in here. But everything else, like I said, direct bolt on. So on a lot of our builds, you probably see similar parts. We've been doing this for so many years now. We've just kind of found products that we think are just some of the best, that give us zero issues, excellent fitment, great reliability. So of course, we have Baja Designs lights on the front end. We've got a Baja Designs S8 30-inch light bar then 2 squadrons and an S2. That C4 has provisions for all these lights. There's no modifications. They have got bolt-in parts for all those right there. All of our lights are all wired through a Switch Pro RCR Force 12. So we've been using the Switch Pro 9100 for years. This was something they released last year. It's super awesome. We can program it however we want to. So whatever outputs we can actually program the switch control on the inside of the cab to do an output on whatever channel that we want to. So it makes wiring a lot easier to where you can say, you know, switch position 1, but I want it to trigger output 7 on the module. And it makes wiring super clean. It's a solid state setup. Extremely robust, really reliable. So that is controlling everything in the car right now. We've got lights all the way around. We've got radios, we got air compressor on it. So everything is all wired through that. Really, really love the Switch Pro. Obviously I mentioned earlier, it's got the Procharger. Go check out that video where we talk more in depth about that. Then kind of moving around the rig, on the base underneath of it, we've got RCI skid plates, front to back, RCI lower control arm skids. We've got an RCI fuel tank skid, so full belly protection. It's 1/4 inch raw aluminum. We use aluminum a lot. A lot of our customers are doing terrain where they're not doing crazy rock bouncing. So aluminum's great because it's actually surprisingly really, really durable. We've wheeled the heck out of these things on some other rigs and hit them against a lot, and they take a beating and keep on going, but they also don't rust. So we don't have to worry about paint. We don't have to worry about, you know, especially in the Midwest, they use a bunch of trash on the roads. So the more things that we can put on a rig that are corrosion resistant, that don't require a lot of down the line maintenance, the better. So that's why we love using RCI's aluminum skids. We've got 3 1570s, so they're just under a 35-inch tire. Using Ironman Foam Cell Pro. This is their 3-inch kit, and we've got the performance load front springs with their Pro Forged upper control arms. Got Methods. We love Method wheels. These have an awesome bead grip technology. So it's shocking how well these things retain a bead at low pressure in the tire. So when you're off-road, you can air down really, really good, and these things do phenomenally well at maintaining that bead. Also, they're a really lightweight wheel. And on some of our other rigs, we've run these and beat the tar out of them, trash the side of them, and they just keep on going. Haven't run into a broken Method wheel, and I do some pretty dumb stuff in my rigs when I'm wheeling, and so far they've done pretty awesome. So again, C4, we've got C4 front, C4 sliders, and C4 rear. We've been using C4 product for a really, really, really long time, and you probably eyed this rig back behind us. This was the old C4 Tundra. It is the Powers 4x4 Tundra that we have been slowly helping build over the I guess year and some change that he's owned it now. So lots of good stuff in this. Maybe we'll do a video on that down the line, but C4 front, C4 front, C4 rear, C4 rear, C4 sliders, C4 sliders. Some of the best in the biz. We love the guys. Caleb and the crew over there make incredible product. The fitment's awesome. They're not overly heavy where they don't need to be. They've got good weight on pretty much all the stuff we've seen, but fitment and quality is top notch. So there's a little plug for C4. So now that we've talked about bumpers, we've talked about armor, we talked about the engine bay just a little bit, talked about lights, let's talk about the back of the truck and we've got on the roof. So on almost every single one of our builds and a majority of our customer builds, we use Front Runner Outfitters roof racks. South African based company. It's been in the US for a really, really long time. Predominantly aluminum built racks that are super modular, crazy robust. They have tons of provisions for every sorts of attachment that you could want on them. We love Front Runner racks. They're, again, some of the best that I think in the industry as far as the rack game goes. On this rack, we just have their Wolfpack mount up top, their traction board mount. We've got Casey Axon tracks mounted up there. Casey Steiner's a good buddy of mine. He's been making traction boards for a really long time, and I think they're great US made, and that's kind of our thing. We really like being able to support KC. He's local, US built, so that's awesome. So on the back, we've got what's a fairly new to the market product. It's the RSI Smart Cap, another South African company. They just got into the US market not too long ago. They are flipping awesome. I have been using so many different toppers over the years, and I have never run across something that is this cool. This is their Adventure Series, so it's the hard side. There's no glass doors or anything on the side. They've got really awesome latches right here. And inside is a full MOLLE panel, so we could mount recovery gear, we could mount straps, all sort, camp stuff. And then inside they actually have modules that we can get for a drop-down kitchen, storage bins inside of here. So they're surprisingly really lightweight for how robust of a camper shell that they are. They've got a lot of accessories. One of my favorite ones is this drop rack. So over the years, as you mount stuff on roof racks, obviously you've got sliders to step on to grab everything off your cab. When you have stuff up here, if you've got storage bins or things mounted on top, it's really hard to get to them. So RSI came out with this drop rack, which has 2 lockout pins right here. And then this thing drops down, and it's got built-in gas struts. So it's a soft drop, which is super freaking cool. If you look in the back there, they're fully gusseted up top. They're really structurally sound. These aren't some chintzy, like lightweight caps. They are actually not that heavy, but really, really strong. Actually, why don't I just climb up? I'll jump on the top so you can kind of see. These things can support a lot of weight. Surprisingly, this rack, pretty strong. No flex in the top. It's got a positive vent on the cap, so it actually helps pressurize this to minimize the dust getting into the cab. So if you were to go through and actually put some weather stripping and some seals in these areas, it'll really help keep the truck bed a little bit more dust free than some other caps, because of the vent that it has on the top. It actually is filtered that keeps positive pressure inside of the cab, inside of the cab. So awesome, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to put a full list of all the parts in the description below. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. You can also email us at outfitting@adventure-motors.com. We're located in Kansas City, Missouri, and again, we exclusively specialize in Toyota and Lexus off-road. So we've actually, just as of last month, have built over 1,000 vehicles. So give us a call. You can go to our website. I think he's going to put it somewhere up here. Go to our website. Thanks for watching again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. More importantly, tell all your friends. We're going to be pumping out more videos. If there's something that you want to see, shoot us a message and we'll try and get a video made highlighting if there's a specific product or something that we've done in the past. If you've been following along on social media over the years, don't hesitate. Shoot us a message. We'll make the video for you. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.